Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Before we get to the Wild Card Weekend picks, I want to give this quick announcement. The New England Patriots have just completed a virtual interview with Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. I know that because the Patriots tweeted out a graphic of Ben Johnson an hour ago and said they did that. And I know also that they did an interview with Mike Vrabel 21 hours ago because they tweeted out a graphic of Mike Vrabel saying that they had him. This one was in person, actually, yesterday. And then I also know that they actually interviewed both Pep Hamilton and Byron Leftwich for their head coaching position 2 days ago because they did a double graphic. So, shows the amount of seriousness in which they took those interviews. But, hey, who can blame them? They can hire who they want out there. But, again, the Patriot way, cheating and circumventing rules, it doesn't change. The Rooney Rule would be the one I'm specifying right now. Good luck to them on whoever they hire. Drake May is a great future quarterback right here. He's great, but he also, as good as Drake May can be, C-Katt, like, what is really the ceiling for Drake May? Is he the AFC quarterbacks right now are at an all-time high. CJ Stroud is having a down year and the Texans still make the playoffs. Herbert, Lamar, Mahomes, Allen, Bo Nix now in that mix. It is a bloodbath at the top of the AFC, and I'm sure I'm missing like 2 or 3 names. Oh, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it's tough, but what do you want them to do?
No, I'm not saying
like
that.
You got to get a quarterback, and you got to fix the quarterback.
I'm not saying that. You're talking about with the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you give up. I'm just saying, like, as great as Drake May can become over these next 2 or 3 years, I really do. I wonder what the ceiling is. Does he ever breach into that top 5, even in his own conference, let alone the NFL? Because that's the only way that you can seriously consider yourself a contender year after year. That's just a question I'm posing, not to answer today, but just a thought process.
I think in the NFL, depending from organization to organization, the lowest bar is make the playoffs. And I think that maybe after a couple of years of good drafts, free agency going the Patriots' way, they will be able to make the playoffs. Next step, goal, win the division. Josh Allen's there. The Bills look like a wagon this year, but I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility. Win the conference looks tough.
I don't think that they're anywhere close to winning that division. We're going to give quick NFL picks on the AFC side right now for Wild Card Weekend. We'll give NFC on the other side. I think they're nowhere close to being able to be poised to win that division, and I also think they are further than you think from making the playoffs. There are too many really good teams that are trending upward right now in the AFC. The Bengals are on the outside looking in this year. Right? The Jets had a super-duper down year as well. The Dolphins didn't make the playoffs this year. There's a lot of teams that didn't even make the playoffs this year that are in a better position right now than the Patriots.
Yeah, but the Patriots weren't, I think you can admit, they weren't trying to make the playoffs this year.
They weren't.
They're not a team that was supposed to make the playoffs this year. They're building and building and building. They're going to spend good money these next couple of off seasons and draft well.
Sounds good. You know who else is going to do that? The teams that want to actually win and are already better than them. The Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals. There's a lot of teams in the AFC.
Don't got to beat those teams to make the playoffs. You don't.
You do. You actually do. You have to beat enough of them to get a good enough record to make the playoffs.
Broncos didn't beat anybody that good this year.
They got a few wins. But also the problem is now the Broncos are turning into a good team, so they're going to be a tough out. So now, there's going to be less bad teams in the AFC. That's all I'm saying.
I think the Patriots make the playoffs in the next 4 years.
Take it down to 3 years, and I'll take you up on that. 4 years is crazy.
What, you saying,
okay, how
I'm
about
not
this?
saying much by
how
saying
about this? They will not make the playoffs during Drake May's rookie contract. I'll take that.
Is that 3 years?
Technically, it'll be 3 years, yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Right. We came to a conclusion here. The 5th-year option, maybe they get it done.
Yeah, I could see a 10-7 Patriots team.
So which of these teams are you pulling out over the next 4 years is the question. And then we'll get to the picks, I swear.
Texans, they got worse after 1 year. Why couldn't any of these other teams that are new onto the scene get down for 1 year? Quarterback injuries, we got real lucky in 2024 with almost no quarterback injuries.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen every year. There will be vacancies mounting up with those injuries. But Bengals, they're done without their quarterback.
So you're just throwing a dart then. It's not that you have faith that this is going to be good. It's just a dart. You're like, okay, one of these years they'll luck into the playoffs.
Not even luck. It takes
They're
a
not
lot of
winning their
work to win
division.
10 games.
They're not winning their division over the next 3 years. Josh Allen has a stranglehold on that, so they're going to have to get a wild card. And to get a wild card in the AFC is going to be extremely difficult this year. Look at what happened in the NFC North. That can be how the NFC or the AFC North looks next year. Multiple double-digit win teams. I don't see it happening. But on the topic of the AFC Wildcard and AFC's futures with the Patriots, how about we start with the 5-4 matchup? The Chargers at the Texans, 5 versus 4. Chargers right now a 3-point favorite over the banged-up Texans team. And I have Houston not just covering but winning outright in this one. Call me crazy, but I think the playoff experience for Stroud and his head coach DeMeco Ryans after 2 of them last year, plus that opportunistic defense, they pick people off a lot. I see them making it happen.
I'm actually with you on this one. Both a cover and a win for the Texans, so we should take that in punchline picks because Russo and Rizzo have the Chargers.
Perfect. That's perfect. That is serendipity, my friend. Another game. This is Saturday, 8 p.m. The Steelers, the 6 seed at the 3-seeded Ravens. Your squad. The Ravens a 9.5-point favorite right now. No Zay Flowers for the Baltimore Ravens, but no energy or momentum at all from the Steelers over the past 4 weeks. I have the Ravens winning. I do think that Mike Tomlin and the Steelers find a way to muck this game up enough to cover.
I think this game is going to be sitting in the teens. This game's going to go under. That's what I would pick if I were to bet a side or total in this game.
Let's do that.
I like it.
Let's do that. All right, so we're going on the under for that one for punchline picks as well.
And that total is 43.5 right now.
I'll take it. Because also, even if the Ravens get a lead, they're not going to try to run it up at all. They're just going to try to get out of there healthy.
Take the air out of the football.
And Sunday at 1 p.m., the 7-seeded Broncos at the 2-seeded Bills. This has become a trendy upset pick. The Bills, a 8-point favorite, over under 47.5. This one's on CBS. I don't think the Bills lose this game, but I do think the Broncos cover. And I think it's like a down to the last possession game here. That Broncos defense, much better than advertised. And also the Bills have struggled against teams that haven't been just outright bad this year. Playoff teams, it's been either losing or tight games for them.
I think people look at the Broncos and they think back to that Browns-Broncos, I believe, Monday Night Football game where Bo Nix was just chucking the ball deep every which way, every chance possible. And like we saw in a couple of games for the Bills this year, their defense can be susceptible to those crazy high-scoring games where one turnover here, one like broken ankle from a defensive back there where someone gets free in the open, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to say the Broncos are going to pull off the upset here. I would rather go with the Bills cover.
Turnovers are sometimes a luck stat. The Bills have turned the ball over only 8 times in the regular season. That's tied for the fewest since 1933, tied with the 2019 Saints. 8 turnovers all season long from a quarterback that's been known to be the most volatile, the most turnover prone over the span of his career. If that turnover luck goes out of their favor, I'm just saying, if that turnover luck goes out of his favor against an opportunistic defense like the Broncos, I can see the Broncos making this thing super interesting, even pulling out a win, but I wouldn't pick that. I think the Bills win by like 2 or 1.
I don't buy the term turnover luck. I buy the term fumble luck. Like, you drop the football, it's shaped like an egg. That's weird. But an interception, you either put the ball in danger or you don't. And Josh Allen has not done that often this year.
To be honest with you, turnover luck with interceptions is extremely true as well. There's weird deflections. There's times that receivers drop the ball.
That's true. Yeah, we saw the Kadarius Toney.
All of Lamar's interceptions this year have been low-key receiver interceptions, which, again, are still team turnovers, but things can get wonky in football. We'll see what happens. Those are our AFC Super Wild Card picks.